Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm going to be telling you about the Coros Apex Pro Premium Multisport watch. Let's get right to it. Okay, so right off the bat, Coros did send this watch to me for the sole purpose of doing a review. I did not pay for it, but with that said, my thoughts are always my own. They don't get to see this video ahead of time. I'm just gonna put it out there and give you my thoughts. So let's get right to it. So the Coros Apex Pro, this is basically their upper tier watch. It's not the highest, but you know, you've got the Coros Pace 2, Coros Apex, the Apex Pro, and then the Vertix. So this is just below the Vertix. Has a lot of features jam-packed into this watch. It's a great watch. I'll give you some more in-depth thoughts on certain features that I've really come to like and use a lot. So first of all though, I mean, it's just a good looking watch. The band is a silicone band. You can also get them now with like a nylon strap band, which is you can get a little bit tighter on your wrist. Might help with the heart rate readings potentially. It's also a little bit lighter weight. By the way, if you're finding value in this video, if you're learning something about the Coros Apex Pro, I'd really appreciate it if you would give the video a thumbs up. It really does help the video a lot, and it helps my channel too. And if you're new, maybe consider clicking subscribe too. That'd be really appreciated. That would also just help the channel grow. And you will then see other videos about other watches I review or more Coros how-to videos. But as you can see, the watch does have a nice titanium bezel. Around here looks really sharp on that colorway right there. And the body of the watch is a high-grade fiber. It's this darker gray material here. Still a very strong, durable watch. But you can take a look. There is the heart rate sensor on the back and the charging port. You know, the chargers on the Coros admittedly are not the best. You just kind of push it in there, and you really couldn't wear this while charging. I guess you could strap it to like a hydration vest on your shoulder if you wanted to and still have it charged, but with these battery life, there's really no need to. I mean, the battery life is insane on these watches. 30 days of regular daily usage. That's just, you know, smartwatch features every day. But then it's 40 hours in full GPS. And then if you want to turn on the Ultra Max mode, which changes a couple of settings, it can go to 100 hours, which is just insane. So you've got a 200-mile race coming up. This thing is going to be perfect, and you won't have to worry about charging it at all. It is water resistant as well, up to 100 meters. So if you're going to be doing open water swimming, paddle boarding, stand-up paddle boarding, maybe you fall in, something like that, you don't have to worry about it getting wet. It's going to do just fine. But I mean, obviously it's not a dive watch, so you probably wouldn't want to go diving with it, but you could up to 100 meters. It's a very light watch. Coros says it's 59 grams. That's with the silicone band. You know, with the nylon band, it's going to be a little bit lighter. It's a comfortable watch to wear. It doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel too big. You know, the heart rate sensor doesn't protrude out the back that much. A cool feature about this watch, if you're going to be doing some mountaineering, maybe up in high elevations, it does have a 24/7 blood oxygen monitoring, and it actually gives you acclimatization, however you say that, acclimatization assistance. So it lets you know if you need to stay at a certain altitude longer before you progress higher or descend. That's pretty neat if you're going to be out in the mountains. Along with that, this watch does have extreme weather resistance. So if you're going to be in those cold environments, the battery on this watch lasts pretty well. It does a little better than the other watches I mentioned, you know, the Apex and the Pace 2 for sure. Super easy to operate with this dial. You've got 3 buttons on it. We've got a light, the back lap button, and then your selector knob. You can use this to unlock the watch by holding it down, which is how I have it set. And then you can just scroll through your activities and see there are a ton. You can monitor real-time battery usage by holding the back button, selecting battery usage here. Then you can scroll down and see how much time is remaining on the watch, which is pretty awesome. It tells you, GPS usage. The watch does also have a wrist-based SpO2 sensor if you're into that. It's also got the wrist-based heart rate monitor on the back. In my testing, this heart rate sensor was actually pretty accurate. I did some comparisons with other watches and also a Polar H10 chest strap, and it did pretty good. You know, I mean, it's not as accurate as the chest strap, but for a wrist-based system, I was pleasantly surprised with the Apex Pro. Coros does now also have power metrics built in, which are similar to if you were to use a Stride pod. This can give you those same type of data metrics that you would get from Stride. And in comparison, if you do some research and watch a couple of videos, I've not tested it with the stride pod, but from what I've seen, it's supposed to be pretty darn accurate, which is pretty impressive from a wrist-based system. Of course, the watch uses GPS, GPS GLONASS, GPS Baidu, however you want to say that, for satellite connections. And it's also compatible with ANT+ and Bluetooth technology. So with those chest straps, if they're Bluetooth or ANT+, you can pair those easily. So with the Coros app, you can also then fully customize your display screens for the whatever activity you're doing, you know, for running or whatever. So I'm just going to select the workout data in the app. Let's go to Trail Run. You can see these are all your different screens you can use here, quite a few of them. And you can customize these however you want. You can make it a single display, 3, 4, or 5. You can change each field, whatever you want. There's so many different metrics you can choose from to display. And then, like I said, you've got so many different screens. You can really customize this to have whatever kind of features you want to have on the watch, which is really nice to have that customization. And now let's talk about some GPS accuracy. Let's take a look at the screen and I'll give you some comparisons we can see, but I found it to be very accurate. Okay, so as we see here, this is just a gravel ride on a gravel road in Pickett State Park, Big South Fork area, and it's just an out and back. So you can see the route is basically right on top of the road, off just a little bit here, but the out and the back sections are right on top of each other. And this is out in the woods in the middle of nowhere too, by the way, where there's, you know, no cell phone service. So I'm pretty happy with the Coros Apex Pro. I think this looks pretty good. There's nothing crazy, no spots where it just jumps out completely. And the same can be said about the heart rate. Let's take a look at some data to back this up. All right, so here we have the heart rate from this same ride. You can see the heart rate follows the altitude up above here where I start to go up a hill. Heart rate climbs, and then it goes back down, climbs. No crazy spikes, though, that are, you know, I can't really account for. Here, went up this hill pretty quickly. Heart rate came up, and then it levels out, drops down, and then climbs again. So nothing crazy. Follows the speed. Everything looks pretty accurate to me. So with the Coros Apex Pro for navigation features, you've got a breadcrumb trail navigation. I've got a video I put together on how to navigate via breadcrumb trail. It's going to be right up here on the top of your screen. You can take a look at that. I won't go in depth with it, but you can follow a breadcrumb trail and it will give you warnings if you're off course. It's really very nice. It's got the back to start feature, which can guide you back if you get lost. And it's really easy to use, and it also has the touch screen. So to navigate on the watch, you can use your finger, pinch it around, you can do all sorts of, so it really makes it easy to navigate with. Now the Apex Pro does not have full maps. There are no integrated, you know, topographic maps or anything like that at all. It's just a breadcrumb trail. But in testing, I found it to be very accurate. I'm able to hold the watch up, you know, on my wrist, hold it up and look, oh, there's a trail here and there's a trail here, and if I turn, I know which way I need to go. So it gets the job done for me, and I've been very happy with it. And if you want to know how to create a GPX route and then get it on your Coros watch, I've also got a video for that. Top right corner, you can take a look at it at the end of the video. Okay, let's talk price. So the Coros Apex Pro comes in at $499. It's 500 bucks, basically. It's a good watch. Who might this watch be for? If you are an individual that goes out on, you know, long training runs, if you do ultra marathons that are, you know, 100-mile distance or further, and you need that extended battery life, if you want to have wrist-based heart rate monitoring, power metrics, all sorts of great data features on the watch, then this is going to be great for you. I think you'd be very, very happy with it. And if you look below in the description, there's going to be a link to go purchase the watch. It is an affiliate link, so if you purchase the watch, it does help support the channel, but it doesn't cost anything to you. But let me know below in the comments if you have the Coros Apex Pro, if you like the watch, if there's something you don't like about it, let me know. I'm curious to know what you guys think of the watch. Or maybe if you want to see some comparison videos, let me know below too. I've got a couple other watches. Anyway, I appreciate you all watching. I hope this was helpful to you. Like I said before, if it was, I'd appreciate a thumbs up on the video. But thank you for watching. If you want to take a look at the full review of the Coros Apex watch, not the Pro, but the Apex, it's going to be right over here on your screen. And then over here will be another playlist of Coros videos you can take a look at. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.